The Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Seeing the crowds, he went up the mountain, and when he sat down his disciples came to him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men revile you and persecute you, and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so men persecuted the prophets who were before you. The Beatitudes, which literally mean happiness, are Jesus' blueprint to find lasting happiness and peace. It is actually a description of Jesus himself. What he's saying is that if we want lasting happiness and peace, we need to imitate him. He's saying happiness begins when we stop chasing the world and start imitating him. In the Beatitudes, Jesus flips worldly priorities upside down. All of us have this unfillable void within us that is longing for happiness and peace, and we often look to fill it with wealth, power, pleasure, and fame, but none of these bring lasting happiness. Sure, wealth brings comfort, but never fulfillment. It numbs us and traps us in a comfortable sleep where we forget our need for God. Power exhausts us because we cannot control everything. Pleasure hides pain. It numbs us and dulls joy. And fame traps us in others' opinions and pulls us away from the truth. Only Jesus fills that void and gives us lasting joy and peace. So what does he say? Let's go through each of the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It means humility. It means putting our ego aside, accepting that we are not in control, then placing our daily life in Jesus' hand, trusting that he is our Father and our friend and that he wants the best for us, even when the road is hard. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Mourning reminds us that life is difficult and full of pain, grief, and suffering. In the Beatitudes, Jesus do not ask us to numb that pain, but to bring it to him who heals it and transforms it. He wants us to go through that pain with him. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. It means giving ourselves away. It means loving. Love is not a feeling, it is a decision to sacrifice ourselves for others. And it is precisely this self-giving love that brings real happiness. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Hunger for justice means choosing to live as Jesus lived, doing what he says is right, even when it costs us. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Mercy means recognizing that everyone, including ourselves, is a sinner. It means not judging or condemning others, but loving patiently, seeking growth for others and for ourselves. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Purity of heart is so essential. The word devil means to scatter, to divide our hearts. He wants to divide our hearts and pulls us in every direction. So our hearts are constantly distracted by this world. But Jesus wants to bring harmony. He wants to unify our heart so that we can focus it on him. And only when our heart is unified, ordered, and focused on one thing, on him, do we find peace and happiness. And when our heart is in order, everything else falls into place. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Peace and peacemaking come naturally when your heart is unified, when your heart is focused on Jesus. And when your heart is at peace, you can share that peace with the world. You become a peacemaker. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Persecution reminds us that living like Christ, imitating him, has always been countercultural. If you imitate him, you will encounter opposition. But Jesus reminds us that your reward will be great in heaven. And lastly, blessed are you when men revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. You will, like I mentioned, encounter opposition. But if you remain steadfast, your reward will be great in heaven. So what is Jesus saying? What is the takeaway? He's saying the real happiness is only found in imitating him, in exchanging wealth, power, pleasure, and fame for humility, mourning, love, justice, mercy, purity of heart, peacemaking, despite opposition. But we can only recognize these false sources of happiness and start imitating him if we know Jesus, if we spend time with him. Knowing him is not theoretical. It comes from spending time with him in prayer, in silence, in reading the Gospels, and in going to Mass. This is a relationship where Jesus slowly transforms us. Our life begins to conform to his life. It is not easy, and there will be opposition, like he said. So here's the takeaway for the Beatitudes, or the way to happiness. First, humility. Let God be in control. Mourning. Don't numb pain. Bring it to Jesus and let him heal it and transform it. Love. Happiness grows when love becomes a decision, when you put others before yourself. Justice. Do what is right and trust God with the outcome. Mercy. Forgive as you have been forgiven. Purity of heart. Focus your life around Jesus. A unified heart is a peaceful heart. Peacemaking. A unified heart brings inner peace, which becomes a gift to the world. And finally, opposition. Faithfulness matters more than approval. The Beatitudes are demanding, but they are the path to real happiness. Not the happiness the world promises, but the happiness that lasts. When we stop chasing false fulfillment and start imitating Jesus, we begin to live the life we were created for. So today, in this week, notice where you are looking for happiness. And let go of any fake source of happiness. Start by spending time with him. Even 5 minutes is enough. And choose one beatitude to live intentionally. Lord, help me live like you. Help me find true happiness in you. Help me imitate you. Amen.